This is Gary Johnson then, pre-Barrow away. Gary, with the window now having shut, do things just feel a bit more normal this week?
Well, that's what my missus asked. Will it be normal this week? Nothing's normal because in our situation, it's not like the Premier League boys, where if they don't bring anyone in the January transfer, then they can't bring anyone in. They can't do loans or anything. But of course we can. So you're always still looking anyway. You're looking for now. You're looking for the future. So it never really stops, but it's probably less panicky. People are less inclined to say, have we signed someone yet? But I thought we'd done some really good business in January. I was very pleased in what we've done. And the lads that were outgoing, we've just got to try and find a couple of them now, loans, that last till the end of the season to get them games. And that's really all we've got to try and look for. I'm really pleased with our squad at the minute. Our squad is strong. Is stronger now than it's been since I've been here. And I'm really pleased with that because I don't mind that. That's the only aggravation now, when you've got 16 players that are all first team players. And of course they all want to play, but that's management for you.
Yeah, your bench looked really strong last week, and of course you got Harry Pell back into the mix again this week.
Yeah, of course Harry comes into the fray, into your thoughts. He's got to, because he's one of the ones, along with people like Munsey and Billy, that have took us all the way to the top of the league for 3/4 of the season almost. So you can't forget what they've done, and they've all got ability. They've all got their certain ways of playing that's helped us. So, but what you hope is it motivates the squad to rise another couple of notches on their level. And as we did Saturday, it looked like we went up a notch or two, and I still think there's more to come.
And while we're talking about the strong squad, how's Amari progressing?
Yeah, Amari's doing okay. He's now got a bit of a smile on his face, so that's good. I just said he's doing more walking than Sir Desmond Hillary does on his jaunts. He ain't got the skis on his feet, but although his feet are quite big, so they look like skis. But he's been walking round around the training ground. Today he's got a ball at his feet just for motivation. He won't be long. He won't be long now, and that's great news. And we're keeping in touch with Rob Dickey. So there's another one that we'd like to have back in our group, and then we'll be ready for the final push if we can get those two fit.
Dan Holman's obviously hit the ground flying. Do you feel that with his strike rate and the amount that he gets on target, that if you create fewer chances in a game, you'll still have a very good chance of scoring as many goals?
Yeah, I think all our strikers, to be fair, have sometimes pulled us out the mire, where we haven't played so well, and then one of our strikers has popped up. But Dan has definitely got that percentage in him, where he's got, your team could be under pressure for a little while, and you give him one chance, and the percentages are in his history that he'll take it, and that's great when you've got strikers like that. But obviously we've added another one like that, and you could see out of nothing Saturday he's produced a goal, and just when probably first 10 minutes they were on top, not on top, maybe it was a bit even, both teams had a fair share of the play. But then once we got that goal, like all teams, you settle down, you get your game going, and listen, we're really pleased to have brought him in, that's for sure. And it gives us, when Amari's fit, it gives us some good strikers to have competition with each other.
Beat Barrow 2-1 at home back in August, a long time ago now, that game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. On the day, did we come back from that? I think we were down in that one, weren't we?
Goal.
Yeah, we keep giving teams a start. We mustn't do that if we can help it. But we can come back if we need to. I think we'll know more about each other now than we did back then. Still a good result against anybody, because at that point every team in August, every team thinks they're going to win the league. Of course, now we're in February, most teams know whether they've got a chance or not, so they approach it maybe psychologically differently. But they're a difficult team at home to beat. Gateshead went there Tuesday and it was 0-0. So it's a long trip. We've got to sort out the journey, make sure we have enough interest on the way up. We've had quizzes and all that, make the journey go quicker. I have to wait and see what the weather is up there. I don't know. It's like another country, isn't it, up there? It's just that far away. But it's a very important game for us because this group of games can help us, stay in that position where you're keeping up there and dropping teams out along the way.
Yeah, you talk about the home record. I think they've had more home wins than anyone else in the bottom half of the table. So, I mean, how much of that is them being a good team, and how much of that is the geography?
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's a bit of both. But you can't take the credit away from them if they've got a good home record. That's what they've done, and they've done it pretty consistently over the season. But as you say, it's against bottom half of the team, so we'll have to see how it goes with us being one of the top half of the teams. So we're going there, of course, full of confidence. We know that you've got to go there and battle. We know that we've got to go there and fight for our cause, if you like. At the same time, you've got to hope that your quality and ability that has been shown throughout the season comes out on the day.
Injuries, everyone okay?
Yeah, everyone's okay. Yeah. Again, it's good to get a fit squad, but it makes it more difficult to pick your team on occasion. So, but as a manager, you have to make sure that all the players understand the team you've picked and why. And I always talk to the boys individually as well as collectively, so that they know exactly my thoughts, and I don't leave it so that they're 4 hours on the bus thinking, why is he not playing me?
And the quizzes, who sets those? Is it you?
No, I don't know. I'm normally last in the quiz. No, I'm not. A couple of the lads are always last. But the quiz is set by different players every now and again, and depending on the intellect of the questions will depend on which players are actually putting them together. But to be fair, I think Downsy done the first one. I think Pelly done one. Stoz has done one. Billy and Munsey done a cartoon one. Kiddies couldn't know they didn't. It's all aspects. To be fair to them, that was very good. And I don't know who's doing this one. We'll have to wait and see. But they've been good, and they have been taking an hour or so of the journey away from your thoughts.
Thank you. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
You start another group of 10 with this fixture.
Yeah.
Have you raised the expectation from that 10 games, knowing that it's getting tight at the top?
Not really. No. You may need more than 92, of course, and everybody will know that because we have our discussions and things in this very room. But if you start changing it, it's at the moment it's comfortable. What we said, 2 points a game, and then if you can get more, then great. And as you said quite rightly, this month we've got more than 2 points a game in our third set of 10 games. So now we got to, these are important because after 40 games, the last 6 games normally wins you the league or loses you the league because it's still 18 points. And no one's going to have won the league before that. But that group, you've got to have enough points to know that in the last 6 games, you're well in there.
You've got one of your selection dilemmas is at left back now with Jordan coming in. Is he going to be more ready to play after a 4 weeks training?
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be more ready to play. I think he'll be looking forward to playing. But like everything else, again, the higher the club you go to, the higher the level, the more competition there is. And part of learning the game when you're a young player is about coping with competition. because you get the fighter and you get the shrinking violet. They start like that, and if there's that competition, then all of you start losing. So you start working out who the shrinking violets are, and touch wood, I don't think we got any at the moment. We've all sort of moved away, and we're just left with the fighters. So at the end of the day, they've got to fight for their place, and if I get it right, then we all go to the next level.
He's giving you a Cranston pickle then, has he? Sorry.
I've said all that just to feed in that line. He's got it written down there and all that.
With Pelly coming back, you could decide to chop and change the shape of the side, go a bit more narrow midfield. How important is the system over the players involved and vice versa at this stage of the season?
Well, you've got to look at the opposition as well and see where their strengths and weaknesses are. And then you just got to... I think generally you try and keep the continuity if you can. But on occasions, as I have done, I've had to change the shape and change the personnel. I'm not going to tell you the team or the shape this week, so I'll say that, and I'll reserve that judgment until you see it on Saturday, because I'll work on a few things today. I have been known to go out last week, actually. I went out Thursday morning and had a plan and a shape, and I didn't think it looked comfortable, and I didn't like it, and so I changed it, and all of a sudden everything sort of fell into place, and I ended up going with a different shape and different personnel. So this morning's training should be quite lively.
Does that keep them on their toes more than anything?
I think it does, yeah. The minute I go, player A,
Yeah.
give us your bib, give it to him, swap over, and then one walks off with his tail between his legs, and one goes into the team. But again, I always explain to them, but that keeps training very match orientated when they know I'm making decisions in training as much as I am in, for games.
Yeah. Explain the ship on the board.
No, I'll keep that to
Fair
ourselves.
enough.
No, I'll keep that to myself.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you.
Cheers.